Hello there, YouTube. Just want to make a quick video here on installing these injora shocks on the FCX24. They come with a lot of different parts, and it can look pretty confusing, so I figured to make a quick video explaining how to put them on. So to start off, you're going to want one of these longer ones. You can see there's no flat end on those. And then you're going to need two of the shorter brass pieces with the flat ends on them. I'm going to set them over here. Then you're going to need a shorter screw and a longer screw. And you're going to need a couple O-rings, which I kind of have laying around here. Should be enough. You're going to need one more. Alright, now we can start out putting these flat pieces into our shock here. And I want these little injora words sticking out on my crawler, so I want to make sure that the wider end of this piece, which is the right side, in this case, is facing out. So you want to take your little O-ring and you want to put it over the smaller end. You might be able to stretch it over the larger end, but it's easier going the smaller way. I'm going to push it up to that larger end. That way it can't slide off. And I'm going to slide that through the side of my shock that has the words on it. Then I want to put another O-ring on the other side, and that'll lock that little piece in there. There we go. You can see there's an O-ring on both sides. Alright. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom with the same little brass piece. So, in case you missed the first time, I'm going to push this O-ring onto the smaller side of your little brass fitting. Push it over. Put it through. It doesn't matter which side you put it through on this bottom one, because it rotates around, so all you gotta do is spin it when you put it on your car. Put the other one through right there. So now our shock's done. Now to mount it on your car, you can see the finished product over here. You're gonna want to remove your tire. I'm sure you know how to do that. Just a little bolt right here. Pull that bad boy off. Set it somewhere you won't lose it. I'm going to pull this off so I don't have it fall off when I'm not looking. Set it up here. Alright, so there you go, you can see that. So now I'm going to remove this top screw. And I don't think you need to see how to do that. I'm sure you can figure that out. I'm going to do that off camera. Alright, and then once you get him loose, all you gotta do is push it out and it'll pop right off. It's a little ball joint. Tuck that off to the side, and then you're gonna unscrew this bottom piece. And you gotta unscrew both of them, since obviously you're putting new screws in. Now, like I said, these are little snap-in ball joints, so to get them off, I was just using a needle nose and pushing them out. It can be a pain in the butt sometimes. Ah, come on. Trying to work under the camera, it's a little harder here. I'll be right back. There we go. Just gonna push that through, it'll come out. Alright, cool. Now, we're gonna want to take our longer screw for the bottom and through that wider side. Wait for the camera to focus. Hello, camera. Run it through that longer side so the head's on the wider side. And then this little long guy that we haven't used yet is going to snap into that control arm. And I typically put that thinner side next to the axle. That way that wide side is next to your shock and it gives it a little more room to move around. And I'm going to use my needle nose to do that as well. Just push it in. There we go. And then we can just run our screw through there and into our lower mount there. Again, I'm trying to do this in a little camera, so it's kind of hard to get my fingers in there. And we're just going to screw that in there. That's the hardest part. The top one's easy. Alright, let's tighten down. And then, next step, in your little bag, you're going to have one of these guys. A little spacer. Then you're going to want your short screw. And you're going to want to run it through your shock. Get that little spacer on there. And then now we're going to screw that in to our shock tower. See if I can find that hole. There we go. And you want to screw it up. Tighten her up. And it'll look like that. Pretty cool. Thanks for watching.